Hey guys, Damon D'Amico here, D'Amico Dance Company, Houston, Texas. This is Melinda Eckenrod, obviously, and she's going to help me out with what we did in our advanced class recap. So a big thank you to Jessica Miller for bringing up some content that she feels like needs to be talked about. As our more advanced followers in our community are out there in the wild, they realize, hey, I keep getting these particular patterns and I don't quite understand what I'm supposed to do with them. So I'll show you first. We did a couple of different variations of this swivel. We did an underarm turn, 1, 2 to close, and I was talking about that because as simple as that may seem for those of you that dance quite a bit, if you want the lady to go to close and you don't want to be foolish looking and chasing her, then indicate to her that you want her to go for a short pass instead of a long pass. So if I do a 1, 2, and I keep this short, she'll do condensed footwork on the 3 and 4 so that I can go to close without having to reach for her on the 5 and 6. Music that's more staccato and a little sharp, I might do that on purpose because I want it to be a little bit more staccato and rhythmic like that. Otherwise, if we're dancing to a song that has long, flowy words, I might indicate that I want her to go a little farther. But now, if I don't make the adjustment and know that's happened, I can always do that and do something cool to go to close. I just don't want you looking like, oh crap, she's too far. So if you ask her to go for a longer pass, or if she just like read the playbook wrong and she goes for a longer pass, then go ahead, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and be cool in going to get her. If you guys are going to have your right foot finish closer to the girl, then stick it in the ground and look like you're responsible for stopping you and stopping her at that last moment before she goes over the cliff. Otherwise, if you make that adjustment sooner, you may still finish with your right foot slightly back behind you, like we're in anchor position, but facing this way instead of this way, because then you would be stingy with your right hand. So if you turn this way, you give the lady more rope on this side, allowing her to finish naturally. From here, well, that was a lot. I do need to say one more thing. I think the biggest thing that happens here, I'm going to do this way, sorry, is that you guys go like this and leave this hand on this side of the lady's face too long, and that's why she's too far away. So you're still responsible for picking that hand up and draping it across her face, indicating that she is going to turn around. So that does need to go from this side of the slot to the other if you're indicating she's going to turn around. This is what she was talking about. So we did some swivels that go 1, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6. And you could do a whole bunch of these. And then we did an exit where we gave her just a normal tuck, our left side underarm turn. And we also gave an exit here where we could give her an inside spin. 1, 2, 3, and 4, as many as you want to an inside spin, either exit. The trick to doing these swivels, because everybody kind of wants to do them, but you ladies are at a little bit of a loss, is to let the lady step down the slot as straight as possible on the 3. Stop trying to make her face you. She will face you when she runs out of rope. So I go sideways on my 1, she goes forward on the 2, and I let her try to go forward on 3, but she's just out of rope. So the lady should actually be sideways when she finishes 3. It starts forward, finishes sideways. I catch her actually using her tricep, using the back of my right wrist is why she no longer feels like going that way. And I don't give her enough slack that she feels like she can bring her feet together or needs to lift. So from there, I'll get her to replace, this is 3, and then I get her to step back through for 4. From here, I let her take the step to the outside foot for 5, make her stop again, and 6, and we can just rinse and repeat that over and over. Ladies, as you do this, you do want your, on the even numbers, 1, 2, 3, you do want to step back through to the same balance beam so that you don't get closer to or farther from your partner while you're doing these swivels. Guys, so that you don't get a whole lot of accidental side slightly front boob. Right here, when you redirect her off of the 3, once she takes the bait, I round my right arm and have my elbow outrun her to this side of the slot. So what happens sometimes, we'll get the lady over here like this, and we'll curl her into our arm, so my forearm then goes against her chest. Well, once I've redirected her, I just round my elbow and have my elbow run from her a bit on that side so that it doesn't press against the lady's chest right there, which is very much appreciated by her. One of the variations on this was if you guys get the lady over to the 2, send her for the 3, but don't let her transfer away. And then get her to step back through. Oh, don't let her transfer, and don't let her transfer away. So it had you ladies going through without transferring weight. It should still land on the 4, 6, 8, and you ladies should take it upon yourself to have that finish in 2-beat increments. You can take that foot and point it to the side. The girth of this is what makes it a little bit cooler. So if you ladies take that over and point it to the side, then drag your toe through into the side and drag your toe through inside and drag your toe. You can also take the toe over there, point it, and then flick up on the way back through. So you can point it and flick up on the way through, and point it and flick up, and point it and flick up, and point it and flick up, which we see some of the girls doing. And again, you can give it that an exit on the left side, spinning or giving her the underarm exit. The next thing that we did very quickly, I know it's a long one, but we talked about a couple of different concepts. This wrap and roll, 2, 3, and 4, 5, and 6 to this move right here. It would be good if that was only done when the music absolutely like knocks you upside the head and says to do that. But since all the guys, the trickle down effect is that you saw it 5 years ago, but now you finally learned how to do it. And now